What's up, guys? So I wanted to take a couple minutes today to show you a blade I've always really liked. It was one of the first blades I ever got, and I've always just been totally stoked on this thing. So I wanted to give you guys a look at it too. Anyway, what this is here is the Benchmade 760 LFTi. Basically, this knife was designed by the legendary Bob Loom. And it's basically just a rock steady, titanium monolock knife. So before I get into showing you, the mechanism, let me give you some specs off the Benchmade website. The blade length on this thing is 4 inches. The closed length is 5 inches. The overall length when open is 9 inches. The blade thickness is 0.150 inch. The handle thickness is 0.450 inch. And the weight of this thing is 5 ounces. So really light. That's basically due to the awesome titanium scales. So the blade material is CPM M4 tool steel, and that has a hardness of 60 to 62. The blade style, of course, is Tonto, as you can see. So this isn't a black class knife. This is actually a blue class knife. I think probably because of the refined design of this thing. While I do think it could take a military style beating, I also think because of the fit and finish of this knife, it's probably a little more on the high end for something you're going to take into the field and beat the crap out of. But all in all, this thing is just, fantastic. To give you a better look at how this knife works, if you're not familiar with monolock mechanisms, basically this part of the handle has been cut so that, and kind of formed with this cut out here, relief cut here, and the shaping, so that this itself, the handle itself, is the liner lock, or basically the locking mechanism of the knife. The pocket clip on this thing has two, uses. The first being a pocket clip, and the second, the way this thing is set up, and hopefully, it'll kind of focus in here so you can get a good look at it. It also limits the travel of the, this lock mechanism, so it stops it from ever being overextended, which is really nice. It's got a nice amount of tension on it. It's never changed ever since I first bought it. I doubt it ever will. If you take a look at some of the fine details, the cutouts for the texturing on the lock to disengage it, you close this thing up. This cut here makes the thumb slide straight to the thumb stud. Now, while this thumb stud is removable, it is not reversible because of the mechanism and the way it works. You can't flip it to the other side, which is one drawback for lefties. But for me, it works awesome. I absolutely love it. Thing snaps open very tightly. The blade is nice and centered. When it's open, this thing is locked open. There's no blade play, forward or back or side to side at all. This is just a super refined finish on this thing. You can see, take a look at these, the cuts on the blade, all the angles, just so nice. And, I doubt this video can do it justice. Unfortunately, sometimes cameras don't pick up what our eyes do, but this thing is just nuts. I've always dug this thing. The jimping on the blade is not only up to the high ridge right here, but also continues past the edge of the scale, so you get a really nice grip, traction with your thumb right here. And then the handle is just very comfortable the way this thing is shaped. It's just a very nice shape to grip onto. It's almost even, you know, they made these cuts to kind of kill some weight. You can see the very nice shiny finish where they machined the holes but then left the sandblasted finish on the majority of the scales. Those holes go straight through. They definitely do kill weight. You see there's a lanyard hole right here. These right here are you know, anodized spacers, all precisely machined inside here, and you can see that the entire handle is skeletonized. There's no you know, back spacer or you know, base in this knife. It's all just wide open, totally serviceable. You can tear down this knife with all these screws, completely take it apart for service, you know, repair, lubrication, whatever you need to do. This will allow you to do it. You can see the awesome laser markings right there, the Bob Loom logo, and then here the CPM M4 tool steel marking. And then on the other side, you've got the famous Benchmade logo, the part number 760, and made in the USA. So anyway, that's about it. I didn't want to take too long, just keep this nice and short and sweet. But I definitely wanted to give this knife credit where credit is due. One fantastic folding knife, super sick Tonto blade. You can't go wrong with this knife. I will say, with the CPM M4 tool steel, it is definitely not a stainless steel. I definitely, you know, this blade does take a little effort to maintain. You'll want to use some kind of lubrication or keep it, the blade metal lubed on all the sharpest, you know, the sharpened edges, and also on all of the logos where the coating has been, etched away. What I like to use for this is I just got some Tough Glide, and this stuff is awesome. It's just a dry lubricant. You just take like a little, you take a little Q-tip and put a little on there, rub it on all the exposed edges of the blade, and let it dry, and that stuff will keep this thing in perfect working order and keep rust from setting in. So that's about it. As long as you take care of it, I'm sure this knife will last longer than you will. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the look at my Benchmade 760. If you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, you guys take it easy.